start in collaboration, and why not making the next great movie together? Let's create the movie magic. Now we are starting with the film project. The name is First Peoples. I would love to thank everyone. Please applause for our great filmmaker. The name is First Peoples.
Good evening, everyone. As our sound system is quite small, I really would appreciate a little few minutes of silence. Do you hear me? Should I scream with my voice? Thank you so much for being here. My name is Izabela. I'm an actress from Poland.
Do it without.
Yeah, do it without. I'm an actress from Poland, and I'm super happy to be here and be able to present you guys a project that I'm involved in. It's a movie. Unfortunately, the creators of the movie First Peoples, they couldn't be here, but yeah, I'm here. As it very often happens, the technical stuff just collapsed, so we don't have the cables, we don't have the sticks, so I cannot show you with the full capacity what our story is about, but I will try to present it with my voice and my spirit.
Once again, applause to her.
So our story, First Peoples, is a film that is talking about a boy of 11 named Krzysiek, who after years of foster care situations finally manages to get into adoption process, and he finds himself being adopted by a family of four, father Darek, mother Magda, and their children, Marysia, who is 13, and Arthur, who is 8. And the parents think about, or they believe that they have enough empathy and love to open their household to one more soul. That's why they apply themselves to this program, and they open their house to Krzysiek, who is 11. So it's not an ideal situation, because normally when there are older children, they are not so easily being adopted. So Krzysiek finds out to be taken into the house. The house is by the forest, just outside of the very small village. The father Darek is a hunter, and the mother is a veterinarian. And as the story unfolds, step by step and day by day, Krzysiek finds himself more and more comfortable in the house, trying to open himself to love and be loved by the new family, and he develops a strong bond between the new father, Darek. They share the same passion for hunting, so Darek takes Krzysiek for several trips to hunting, and this ultimately creates little tensions that start to grow between Krzysiek and Arthur, the younger son, who feels the jealousy because he's starting to lose his father, and he feels he's lacking the connection and love of the father. Unfortunately, Arthur, the younger son, is not the ideal son figure that Darek would imagine him to be. So, because he prefers butterflies than hunting for deers, and he prefers poesy and philosophy rather than, playing football. So this is not a typical son figure Darek would imagine. He would prefer him to be more active and more physical and more maybe noisy. And this whole situation and tensions leads to a crisis in the family when Arthur, because of the jealousy and fear, he points gun at Krzysiek and he hurts him. Thankfully, not deathfully. The parents, when they find out, they decide to cover it. They decide to deal with the situation themselves. So they, the mother, Magda, takes the bullet out of the Krzysiek leg, and yeah, they try to still keep living and keep going and believing that this dimension can work out. Unfortunately, the tension is growing so much that in the end, Arthur, assaulted by his father again, he decides to poison the dog, who is the favorite animal of the father, and he blames the guilt. He blames the Krzysiek for doing that. So this whole situation leads to a decision, the final decision of ultimately giving Krzysiek away to a foster care. So yeah, that's the very short synopsis of the script. But our core question that we are kind of dealing here with this movie is like how individual needs of adults, so the ideal dream of being a parent and maybe individual dream of, yeah, let's open our family to one more adopted person, but not fully understanding the family dynamics and what's the common needs of the household, how this can become a source of a violence to many people. Another thing is who truly bears the responsibility when the family breaks. Is it the adults, the parents, or is it the children that are broken as well? And ultimately, the last but not least is giving the voice of foster children who are not giving so much voice nowadays, but also in a way of not being a villain character, but being just a broken child who just dreams about having a family, whatever that would be. So that's kind of shortly our core question that we want to pose to the public. Our movie is right now at the final stage of development, so we just finished the last version of the script, and right now we are looking for the producers to kind of develop it and make it into production. And lastly, I would like to speak a little bit about the character that I will play, which is the mother, because this is what brought me to believing in this project. So Magda is very beautiful, passionate, fierce, and temper-driven woman. She's a veterinarian, and so every day she deals with, you know, like taking care of animals, either wild from the forest or from the countryside households of Poland, so maybe some her dogs or cats. And then when she comes back home, she manages to soothe the little tensions between their family and their children. But ultimately, she is very like a she-wolf character, driven by instinct and intuition. So very much connected into some kind of animalistic resonation of her. She's very close to nature, so those all points are very close to me, because this is somehow how I operate as a human and as an actress. I always, when I start working on project as an actress, I try to imagine what animal this character would be. Instead of first thinking intellectually about, okay, which book or which method, it's more about, okay, is it a snake? Is it a fish? Is it this? So I'm looking for energies of the character. So I think this also brings me very much connected into Magda, and somehow reading the world through senses and intuition and passion rather than intellect. So yeah, I believe in this script very much. So I'm presenting it, but I'm really kind of thinking strongly about becoming a co-producer, because I also want to just give my power and my experience to those young creators who invited me to be there, and that's it.
We will take, three questions.
Yeah, if you have any
Three
questions,
questions.
don't hesitate.
Is the movie going to be shot in Poland and in Polish?
Yes, this is our aim, to do it in our common ground. That's also a decision made by the creators, because we were discovering the foster care situations mainly in Poland, so that's the field where we are most comfortable with, and also in regards to also looking for the cast, which is another thing, because we do want to work with non-actors, and we also take we have the idea to work with foster care children. We shot some of the scenes already last year to try the dynamics, and one boy was from the foster care, and it gave us, of course it's very challenging, and that means that the shooting has to be done a little different than normally, like we have to become somehow friends, almost like a family, and staying. It should be like a field trip for the kids. So we really develop the bond with them in order to make them confident and comfortable to play with us, and the film would be the outcome ultimately. So yeah, it's Poland.
Very nice.
Thank
Other
you.
questions? And then we will take 5 to 10 minutes break. Thank you once again, everyone.